and happy Friday. So here I am with a new bunch of updates on my hip and just a little bit of a um kind of maybe advice I can give to people going through pain. So I do have my pre-op now scheduled for the 4th of March, which is I wouldn't class it as exciting, but it's happening. It's definitely happening. So I'm feeling much better because I now have made peace with what's happening, and I'm just kind of trying to prepare myself mentally and physically for the operation itself. So one thing I would like to say, because I have now joined the groups with people who have the same or similar condition to mine, hip dysplasia and labral tears, so everything that is kind of caused by these plastic hips. And one of the things is that really kind of doesn't trigger me, but I am quite, triggered. Let's call the spade a spade. People just tend to take painkillers and rely on painkillers only instead of trying different means of improving various kind of markers and factors. So as much as I am not against painkillers for those who really need them, I occasionally take painkillers. I just take ibuprofen, but very occasionally. I'll talk about it later. And some people really do have to take them because the pain is excruciating. It doesn't mean they need to maybe stop taking it, but there are other things that can be done to help with the pain and physical and mental state. So I personally, I can still walk and move. I am in pain. I'm in pain 100% of the time. I limp all the time. It doesn't mean that I'm not in pain, but I'm trying to, I want to feel my pain. And because I'm trying to now kind of incorporate various modalities into my life that might be helping with my pain, I want to see how these work. So if I was taking painkillers, I don't think I would notice any difference. So what I personally do, after quite bad months for me, like November, December were quite down, stressful, I would say it like dark months, because I wasn't sure what was happening. I did not have a clear path of where my next year would be taking me. I like to be in control, and that's just me. I was in no control over anything. I could not plan anything for my business. I could not plan anything for my kind of travels. I could not plan anything for just anything. I didn't know if I was gonna get it via NHS or how long I would have to wait. And anyway, so that was bad phase of my life, and which resulted in overeating, maybe a glass of wine there and then, not moving too much, been very stressed. And then when I came back from holiday, even before I went on holiday, I had decided that I made peace with what was happening with me. So, and I have made clear decisions for going forward this year. So one of them was that I decided that if I would get a no from NHS, I would definitely go private. I would find the money, I would go and I would get my hip done within the next few months of arrival, which was January. Luckily enough, I got okayed, so I'm now getting it done through NHS. So now I can invest more into my rehab because I don't have to splash out on the operation itself. And then I also decided that my 2025 would be a year of health, recovery, it would be a year where I'm thinking more about my health and my mental well-being, my general health, and not my business. So I'm putting my business on a secondary place to my general health and well-being. I'm running classes. I'm not going to plan anything major. I'm still doing retreats and events there and then, but generally I am hugely, humongously investing into myself. And it has been helping me like a lot. It's actually really amazing that you just have to start doing these things. And I also, because I have made peace with all these things, I have kind of decided what I was doing. I can now be in control of what I can be in control of. And that's, for somebody who likes to be in control, it's very important. I can control what I eat. I can control how much physical activity I can do. I can control my sleep. I can control my exercise regime now. I can control how much time I spend on certain things. I can control my weight. I can control everything else. So although I don't think I am severely overweight, but since my activity levels dropped drastically, I have put on some weight, and I am aware of that. And although I don't think I'm obese, I would like to be at my lightest when I go for my operations. So I'm kind of on a healthy track just now. I have lost about 2 kilos since 22nd of January, and yeah, really happy with that. I haven't really made too many changes. I have upped my gym sessions, so I have upped my strength training. I have found the exercises that I can do to strengthen my hip, my glutes, my quads. I'm sleeping much better because I'm not stressed as much. I am eating much better, much healthier. Haven't had our favorite takeaway, so this is week 3 and I'm not having it. I have an occasional wine, maybe just once or twice a week sometimes, which is fine, and it's within my calories, it's within my macros. I log my calories now, I log my food now, so I know how much I can eat. When it comes to alcohol, if I drink wine, I don't eat carbs. So as sad as it is, sometimes I do. Walking, I try and walk my dog slowly but surely. I take supplements, loads of supplements now. I'm going to put a picture of everything I'm taking. I take collagen. I have upped my collagen. Take vitamin D, K, magnesium. I take liquid turmeric, and I take Boswellia serrata, which is frankincense, in a capsule form, and other things. So basically, because I can be in control of those things, it doesn't make me feel so frustrated, anxious, stressed anymore. I can't control the deterioration of my hip joint, but I can control the way I can support it. So the more muscle, the more cushion is around the joint, the safer the joint is. And from what I was told by my consultant last time, that I survived for the last few years only because I was exercising and strengthening. I think because I teach those things, so I stretch and move and strengthen to some extent anyway while I teach. But now, once I upped my gym sessions, it's definitely helping me. Now I have taken up swimming, so I am going to try and swim as much as I can before I go onto the operating table. So my aim now is to be as fit strong and healthy as I can when they put me down onto that operating table and cut me open and replace my hip, because I truly believe that the recovery should be, fingers crossed, again, can't predict it, but I think it's going to be better. I think it's going to be quicker. I hope it's going to be quicker, and I hope this is going to help you. So basically, the moral of the story is take your painkillers whenever you need to take them, but do try and have other kind of forms of pain relief or help with the joint if you can. You don't want to over medicate your body unless you really need to over medicate your body. I don't like tablets, so I take medication very, very rarely if I'm really not well. So I don't really have a habit of taking medicine. And I do find that although you are going to be, those of us who can still move and be in a little bit of pain, it's easier to notice how whatever you're doing, how your lifestyle in general affects your pain. And if you do something, maybe just a pain journal, somebody recently suggested it to me and I am going to start it. Pain journal is very helpful because you can measure your pain on a scale from 1 to 10, and then you can put the activities and the way you feel on those days. Stress really affects the pain. Like main stressor, one of the main, maybe not the major, but one of the main things that affects our body is stress. Okay, we keep it in the spine. There's a lot of fear in the spine. So if you've got a pain in the lower back, it's all your fear. Tightness, short of breath. On the days when I'm really anxious and I start like overthinking the operation, I feel tightness in my chest, and I track everything with the Oura Ring. Well, it's a tracking device. And although my sleeping is improving, I know that I still have, obviously it's very natural because I have an operation coming up. I have never been operated in my entire life. I have never been put under. So this is really, like, I'm working on it, but it's still work in progress. And I'm seeing that my respiratory rate is not great by tracking it, because I still feel a lot of tightness around my chest. And I know now it's not because I'm not fit, because my fitness is up now from where I was back in December, November. It's just, I still have that anxiety that is sitting there. So breath work will probably get rid of some of it. But yeah, so this is something I'm working on just now. So hopefully you have found it helpful. And if you go through the same things, if you have any questions, please just message me. And I'm really happy to help, because when I started this journey, there was no one I knew who could kind of help me on my journey, and it was very lonely, and I basically had no idea what dysplasia was, or I just literally learned a term, labrum, in the last year when I started to really dig into it. So now I know quite a lot on it, about it, and because I have been working with my own hip, I can help people, like, especially if you have hip and knee issues. I can help at least with an advice, not a medical advice, but just something that personally worked for me. Thank you very much for listening, and I shall see you soon. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye.